Good afternoon. Today is September 5th, 2009. Welcome to the Andre Lounge. Today we're going to be talking about the Democratic Party. I'll be honest with you and let you know in advance that I'm really not happy with the Democrats because the reality is, since the election, the Democrats have not been able to get anything done. And whether you like a Republican Party or not, the reality is they've been effective at being the party that says no. And they've stalled countless and countless of legislation. I don't care if you're Michael Steele, Mr. Boehner, or Rush Limbaugh. They all play from the same playbook, and it's worked to stall the Democrats. And some have even gone as far as to suggest we hope Obama fails. And if the Democrats don't get it together, that will probably happen. Obama will fail. I'm going to give you 10 pieces of legislation in no particular order. That's just going to that these are all legislations in which the Republicans have either killed, like bills, or they've stalled. Number one, cash for clunkers, healthcare reform. NASA wants an asteroid tracking system to track the asteroids. One important piece of legislation, gun legislation, they stalled. A housing bankruptcy bill. The spending of the second part of the bailout bill that was passed under their Republican president, George W. Bush. Basically, George W. Bush left Barack Obama with $350 billion, when he got into office, that he could spend on bailing this country out during the recession. Well, the Republicans stalled that as well. There's a patients reform bill that Republicans stalled on. Generic drug legislation that they stalled on. Immigration legislation and cyber crime legislation. They've stalled. And like I said, whether you like the Republican Party or not, the reality is they've been effective at stalling everything. And then these quote-unquote rogue Democrats, I got issues with y'all, okay? Because my definition of a rogue, according to Webster's, a rogue is a scoundrel, a rascal, or a deceitful and unreliable person. Definition number 2, a mischievous scamp. Number 3, an aggressive animal separate from the herd. So if you're a rogue Democrat, you're not my kind of people. Now, as for you Democrats, you people sat up here during this election, oh, we don't have the votes in the House, we don't have the votes in the Senate, we have a Republican president, blah, 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 blah. Oh my God. And yet now you have a majority in the House and the Senate, and you've allowed the Republicans to roll you over. As for President Obama, this will probably be the first time I've ever had to criticize him. Obama, we love you, honey. I just wish you would get your game face on or something. Get aggressive. Now, he's got 2 speeches coming up. One's controversial and one's long overdue, and I want to talk about those too. Obama is set to deliver a speech this Tuesday to the nation's children. It's supposed to be televised in all the classrooms across the nation. Basically, the gist of this speech is going to be telling kids the importance of education. George H.W. Bush has done it before, and I don't think it was as controversial, but there are parents that are literally calling for their kids not to attend school that day because of his quote-unquote liberal agenda. Like he's going to, I guess, somehow over the TV manipulate the children into believing his philosophies. But there are some parents upset. And, I saw one woman on the news. It was funny. She had a nervous breakdown on TV because Obama could potentially be talking to her kid. You people are absurd. It is no question in my mind if you look at the statistical data. I don't want to make this into a black or white issue, but there are certain racial and ethnic groups that need a little help in the education department, i.e. African Americans and the Latino population. Regardless, I don't care what race you are, we all need help in education. And I think, that if he's trying to promote, positive things in education, leave the man alone. Hey, I think he's a shining example. Hey, I can be president. You can be anything you want to now. These kids need something positive. Okay, anytime you turn on the TV anymore, it's crime, it's evil, it's this, that, and the other. So if he can be a positive example and inspire some kids, hey, to value their education, I'm all for it. And for you people that are just crazy, worried about Obama spreading his liberal agenda, you ought to be ashamed of yourselves. And also, these daggone people with these daggone guns and calling Obama a Nazi, he's not a Nazi. And he, okay. All I'm saying for you people that are against Obama's health care reform, please, 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 come up with a plan B. Don't just say no. We need another option. Maybe America would actually take you serious, if we had a plan B. You all are just like, no, death panels, death panels, death panels. Obama doesn't want a death panel. Please. He's basically saying, hey, I have this insurance plan. If you're dissatisfied with who you have, hey, come to us. It's not government run. Well, it is sponsored by the government, but it's just another option. If you like your health care insurance, keep it. But here's another option. Because the reality is insurance companies are getting ridiculous. Okay? They're getting absurd. Okay? I know the premiums I pay are absurd. Okay? Offensive. So, get over yourselves. Democrats, get your crap together because it's long overdue. This last election was about change. Okay? Which means that the nation, as of November, last time I checked, we wanted to go a whole nother direction, because if we remember the election from last year, I think Obama wiped the floor with McCain's face. So that meant that we wanted to go another direction, yet it seems like we're still sluggish. And it's been, Obama's been in office for 8 months, going on 9 months. And he's made some positive changes, but it's not going to the level that we want. We're still having unemployment. So, Democrats, get your crap together. And Republicans, I don't even know. I mean, I don't have a problem with you as a party, but when you're starting to carry guns at rallies and that kind of sense, those of you that do, it just shows that you have evil intent in your heart, and you're someone that I don't want to be associated with anyway. Other than that, thank you so much for watching, and that's all I got to say about it. Take care.